Hello, today we're going to talk about this man right here, Alex Jones. Now he's a famous truther, maybe the most famous, and he's a famous radio host. But you can learn a lot about him that you may not know, and I know you might be his followers, but I'm going to show you a little some hidden knowledge about Alex Jones. Now the first thing you notice when you see his channel, where have I seen this picture before, this creepy picture? Ah, George Orwell, 1984, that's Big Brother right there. Now when you see him side by side, they're very eerily similar. Now what else can you learn by going to his channel? He looks just like Mussolini. He looks like some kind of Nazi. This is the exact same pose that Mussolini was famous for. Look up the pictures yourself. Now let's take a look at Alex Jones' channel closer. And this will tell you a lot about him. Now, these are the channels he promotes. And he made a lot of these channels famous. No one ever heard of these. Now this guy up top there on the left is Mike Anson. Now let's look who Mike Anson is. And when you see it, you'll see it's hidden in plain sight. And when you connect the dots, you're not going to like where it leads. Mike Hanson's from Austin, Texas too. He says he's a non-judgmental truther. Well, in today's day and age, who can afford to be non-judgmental? You got to make a judgment. And not only that, he worked at Fort Gordon, Georgia for the Army Signal Corps. I looked it up. Fort Gordon, Georgia has one of the leading Army intelligence bases. It's one of the key hubs for Army intelligence. You understand what they do? They do psychological operations. It's the exact same thing. Now, why would the world's greatest truther be involved with someone like that? It's going to say it right on Mike Anson's channel himself. It says it right there. Fort Gordon, Georgia. Now, let's look closer. Let's look at the channel Mike Anson promotes. Now, this is the top guy he promotes. He's from Austin, Texas, too. And he's on radio, too. Now, think about it, folks. You already got one guy in Army intelligence. And now this another guy. He works for the United States Air Force. Right there, 50-year-old Austin, Texas. Now let me tell you something. I got these files on him, but they scrubbed them. There's no longer, it says he works for the Air Force. It's off his channel. Maybe they knew I was going to make the video. Maybe they're smarter than they look, because this guy actually doesn't look like Davis. He looks like Scheinberg. Very Jewish looking, big nose. Now right here, I saved this luckily because they scrubbed the files. U.S. Air Force, Austin, Texas. Logistics. That's intelligence in my book. Now look, I did find this because it's the internet. You can find it if you know where to look. This guy thinks he's an actor. Well, he's one of the ugliest actors I've ever seen. Like I say, Davis, he looks more, well, maybe he is an actor because, as you know, Jews run Hollywood. Because the Jews say themselves. It doesn't mean I'm a racist. It means I'm a realist. So right down there is the most damning thing of all. It says he's an expert marksman for the United States Air Force. That means he has special training. That means he's a special candidate for special training with special things. Right there. Now you got one guy in Army intelligence, you got one guy U.S. Air Force radio, and a deadly sniper, and has special weapons and trainings. Now you got to ask yourself, when are you going to wake up? When are you going to connect the dots? This is the most damning thing you're ever going to hear about this man. You put it all together. Now they hide these things in plain sight. They rub them in your noses. It's right there, staring you in the face. Now that's 2 for 2 with Alex Jones and his friends directly associated with him. One, Army intelligence. The other one, Air Force radio logistics. Now that's the most damning evidence ever compiled against Alex Jones, and people have been trying for years. He's not going to like it. And I'll tell you what, he's not going to like it when I pay his other friend a visit next time on his channel. And we'll see what we find. Till then.
I'm Alex Jones. I want to know who keeps making these videos. You're really chapping my grits. First you go after my boy Burmis, and now you're going after all my military intelligence friends. Those are my buddies from Austin. Y'all, I'm going to get you. I may have $1 million house. I may shot down all my guests. I may be big and fat, but, where was I? Bug.